24th of July, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua.
Hashem, how are you?
Thank God. I'm the doctor said it's healed.
So I see you're eating.
I'm eating. Yep.
Oh,
That's
Hashem,
always a
good.
good sign, right?
Refresh my memory. Where's your esophagus? Anybody's for that matter.
Esophagus is the tube that goes from the throat down to the stomach.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's called the food pipe.
Veshet.
Yeah, that's right. The veshet, not the kona. The kona is the wind pipe.
Is the windpipe.
Right.
Okay. Fine, let's go.
All right.
Yesterday we got
Yes.
quite far.
We're in Devarim or Veschanan?
In Veschanan.
Good. I lost track.
Okay.
Okay, Veschanan.
And we got up to, we actually did, there was a lot of Rashi on that pasuk. We did pasuk Chav Dalet, Chav Gimel and Chav Dalet. Yeah, we did pasuk Chav Gimel and Chav Dalet.
Okay. So we should do
pasuk Chav Hey.
Hey. All right. Let's see. Ebra na ve'er es haaretz hatava asher ve'ever hayardain ahar hatov hazeh v'halavanon. Okay, so let's see. 25. Okay, please let me cross. I'm sorry. Please let me cross to see the good land that is on the other side of the Jordan. The good mountain, this good mountain, and the Lebanon.
Yeah.
So Rashi says, Hevra na, please let me cross. Ein na ella lashon bakasha. This is nothing but an expression of request.
And as the Mefarshim point out over here, that it doesn't mean now.
Right, nah doesn't mean now.
See, sometimes no can mean now, and sometimes it can mean
Please.
Sometimes no can mean now, and sometimes no can mean please. So
Right.
Rashi says over here, its meaning is please.
Gotcha. Okay, so Hahar Hatov Hazeh. We're in verse 25, Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
This good mountain, Zeh Yerushalayim. This is Jerusalem. Okay, that's surprising, because he's nowhere near Jerusalem.
Who?
Moshe.
Good, he said, let me see this good land.
Right.
He said,
But
no, let me cross over, please. Let me cross over the Eretz Haratova and see this good land, which is on the other side of the Jordan. Ha hatov hazeh, it means Yerushalayim, right? V'halavanon.
Oh, I guess it doesn't really say this good mountain, does it? It says the good mountain.
No, ha hatov hazeh.
Okay, that's what I'm objecting to. Hazeh.
I see. Well, maybe exactly that's why Rashi says, why is it Hazer? Maybe he actually could see it. Now, by the way, it's actually bringing up an interesting point over here. Could well be that Moshe Rabbeinu could see Yerushalayim, meaning he could see this good mountain. He could see it from the other side of the Jordan.
Is that possible? Or is that a miracle?
It's possible. On a good day, you can see over to the Harei Moav. You know, we're standing in Yerushalayim. In Yerushalayim, you can see over to the plains of Moav. That's not a
I
problem.
see. All right.
So, could well be you could do it the other way around. Especially at the time of it was a Beis Hamikdash, Yerushalayim, stood out. The mountain of Yerushalayim stood out very clearly as a very clear landmark. It could be seen from far away.
I see. Okay. Lebanon and the Lebanon. This
refers to the Beis Hamikdash. In fact, the Gemara says the reason why it's called the Beis Hamikdash. So why is the Beis Hamikdash called, Lebanon?
Mishalavan avonosehem shel Yisrael.
Yes.
It will whiten the sins of Israel.
Yes. Where did you read that one from? In Rashi? No.
It says it's in brackets, so I don't know exactly what it means.
Oh no, sorry, I don't have it actually in my edition of Rashi.
But there's a footnote that says it's from Yoma 39b.
Correct.
It says the words in braces are from the Reggio di Calabria edition, and also appear in Rashi's comment to 2 Kings 1923.
Second. Service relative to the cleansing and removing. Okay. What did I want to say? I wanted to make a comment over here. Yes. What's the whole idea? Moshe Rabbeinu seems making an issue. You start the post by saying, yeah. Let me cross over and let me see this good land. Moshe Rabbeinu has a Pentax camera, okay, that he wants to make sure gets good shots of the Yerushalayim and the Beis Hamikdash. He has it for his heirloom album. What's Moshe Rabbeinu want to see the land?
Good question.
Sorry?
Let me cross to this good land.
Yeah, I'm saying, but and let me see. And you see afterwards, Kosh Baruch Hu answered him, and Parsha we're going to see. Verse 27. And Rashi is going to point out over there. You asked for me, let me see this good land. So Koshba says, yes, I'll let you see the land, but not from inside, only from outside, from a distance. And it says that indeed, and the end of the Zos HaBracha, Kodesh Baruch Hu showed Moshe Rabbeinu the entire land of Israel. What's the idea of seeing the land? So the Mefarshim explain it actually has a double function. One is Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to imbibe the holiness of Eretz Yisrael, and by seeing the land, that will give him, he could absorb to a certain extent the Kedusha of the land. Merely by seeing the land. So that's what he wanted to do. And obviously, needless to say, if he stood closer, he saw the land, and closer up, the stronger the absorption of Kedusha would be by Moshe Rabbeinu. It's number one. And conversely, Moshe Rabbeinu, the Kedusha of Moshe Rabbeinu, his holiness, by him seeing the land, he, shall we say, injected the land with a higher level of Kedusha. So it's like a two-way street. Yeah.
So does that mean that if a Rasha sees the land,
Sorry?
he injects the land with Tuma?
To a certain extent, yes. There's an Indian fact of not looking at a Rasha. I guess according to this Svara as well, also not have the Rasha look at you as well. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. Another interesting point. Rashi says over here, obviously because this is Moshe Rabbeinu, that he says he wants to cross over the land. I want to see the good land, which is on the other side of the Jordan, this good mountain, and Lebanon, which Rashi says referring to Beis HaMikdash. Now, what's interesting, this Lebanon is not the first time we've mentioned, we say it's not the first time Lebanon has been mentioned. I refer you back to last week's Parsha, Pasuk chapter 1, Pasuk 7. Kanu asu lachem uvor ha'amori v'kol shecheno ba'aravo v'hov ha'shelo v'negev v'chayfa yom eitz ha'knani v'ha'levonoi adanu ha'godel nahar paros. What is that Lebanon referring to?
That's the country of Lebanon, no?
L'chaira, because there we're actually mentioning landmarks, different areas of Eretz Yisrael. Ba'aravo, ba'hor, ba'shvela, ba'negev, ba'chayf hayom, Eretz HaKnani. So Pashtus Lebanon means actually referring to an area of the land which was Lebanon, I guess, which in those days, actually the biblical Eretz Yisrael, the land promised to the forefathers, included Lebanon. I'm not sure the entire country of Lebanon today, but certainly as far as Sor.
As sword?
Sor, which is Tyre.
Zoar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sword. Its name is Sword. It's Tyre. Okay? But Akoponim, mind you, over there, the Targum Onkelos in the beginning of Dvarim translates it as the Livnon. Okay? Whereas here he translates Lebanon as the Beis Makdasha. But the Targum Yonasan ben Uziel also translate Lebanon in Parshas Dvarim, last week's Parsha, also as Beis HaMikdash. That's an interesting point. Okay, let's do now Meah, Pasuk Chavov.
Okay, Hafav. Let's see. Vayitaber Hashem bi le'ma'anchem lo shamai Eli vayomer Hashem Eli Rav Lach al Tosef daber Eli od b'davar hazeh. So, what's Yitaber? That's not he passed over, right? From
No,
Avor
Vayisaber, Rashi says,
or Rashi. Let's see.
Rashi says means he became extremely angry,
Ah,
became furious.
wow. Okay, so he became angry. Be with me.
One of
L'man
the
Shem.
expressions of anger is Evro. We haven't mentioned it in Leila Seder. We mentioned the pasuk Evro Vozam. The what says the Shalach Levahem Charon Apoy Evro Vozam u'Mishlachas Malach Heroim.
Mhm.
So Evro is an expression of anger.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Lema'anchem.
L'man Shem, because of you, V'lo Shama, and he did not listen to me.
Right.
Meaning Hashem. Okay. Vayomer let's see. Vayomer Hashem Eli, and Hashem said to me, Rav Lach, this is much for you. Al Tosef Dabir, don't keep speaking to me
Do not continue to speak to me anymore.
anymore on this matter.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So we have Rashi, Vayitaber, Nit
Aber, yeah.
Nit Aber Hashem, and it says Nit Malay Chema. This is what you just said. You filled with anger. Okay. Leman Chem, Bishvilchem.
On your account.
On your account. Okay. Atem gramtem li. You caused it to me. V'chein hu omer. And it says similarly, Vayaksifu almei mariva. They made
And caused HaKadosh Baruch Hu to get angry.
it caused them to
It was
get
actually
angry.
Moshe. By Yaktzifu, they caused Moshe to become angry over the waters of rebellion.
Okay. Vayera l'Moshe ba'avuram. And Moshe
God punished Moshe on their account.
on their account. Oh, wow. Okay, next Rashi is Rav Lach. It's much for you. Shelo Yomru, that they didn't say, Harav Kama Kasher. How great, no.
The master, how tough, or how should best we say, how harsh is the master.
How harsh. Okay. The Hatamid Kama Sarvan
Umaftir.
Okay.
And how insistent and persistent is the disciple.
Oh, okay. Okay. Davar acher, another way to say it. Rav Lach, it is much for you. Harbe mizeh shamor lecha. Harbe mizeh. There's more than
No, so
this.
according to this first explanation, Rav Loch means enough for you. Rav means enough.
Oh, okay.
Must speak. Okay. Good now. Dovach, another expression. Rav doesn't mean enough. Rav means much for you.
Hmm.
Means you're gonna don't be so insistent about going into Eretz Yisrael because you're gonna get much bigger reward. The
Oh,
reward you're gonna get in Olam Haba is far superior to what just to coming to see Eretz Yisrael.
ah, okay.
That's what Rashi said. Rav Loch, harbe mizeh, much more than this. Shomer Loch. Okay, is shall we say being kept in store for you? Is held
Oh,
in store for you. Rav Tuvat Sofenloch means the great goodness which has been how do you say it? That is hidden away for you.
mhm.
That's Morav Tuvcha Tzofantol. That's a pasuk in Tehillim, which means basically that the person has no imagination how much reward is in store for him. The person cannot imagine the tremendous reward a person will receive in Olam Haba.
Oh,
Something which we cannot even imagine.
mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
Rabbi, how do you translate the word sarvan?
Sarva means being insistent, persistent. Meaning not taking no for an answer.
So how persistent and pleading?
Yes. Anyway, sarva means, the literally means, the sarev means to refuse, right? But in this sense over here means not taking no for an answer.
Right.
Hmm.
I have a note over here. 1 second. I'll tell you in a second. It's interesting. I point out over in the note, the Rashi in Sota uses the word maftzir, which is the second word which Rashi uses, to explain the word sarvan. Whereas maftzir and sarvan are synonymous.
Ah,
Okay? Okay, Lou, let's go on. Sorry?
I said persistently
Okay.
persisting.
Right. Let's go on. Pasuk 27.
Ale rosh ha pisga visa enecha yama vitzafona v'seimana umizracha urei be'enecha ki lo sa'avor es hayarden hazeh. Ascend and see the peak and the cliff
It's actually what, yeah.
and
No, Rosh HaPisga means this, the summit of the peak, or the peak of the summit. I would just like let me see how I translated it. Hold on. to the top of the heights.
Ascend to the top of the heights and raise your eyes.
Look up.
Right?
Okay,
Look
so I've never somebody seen. I mean, they raise their eyebrows, but I've never seen somebody raise their eyes. Okay, look up.
But I have a problem with look up because he's not looking up; he's looking out.
I understand, but if you, I can be standing on a, let's say, a vantage point. Okay, and I just
Right.
look, and but I necessarily. But if I look up, and I look out to the distance, right, making a concerted effort to actually look far, I'll see a lot more than if I'm just, let's say, I'm just looking like this, okay? But if I look up and I look out and see, oh, there I can see over there. That's the idea over here, so enough.
What's Yama?
Yama is to the west.
To the west, to the north, and to the south, and to the east, and see with your eyes, because you will not cross this Jordan.
No, you will not cross over this Jordan.
Okay, so Rashi says, "Ur'ei be'einecha," and see with your eyes. Bikashta mimeni. You requested of me the es haaretz hatova. Let me see the good land. Ani mar'eh lecha es kula. I am showing you all of it. Shne'emar, as it says, Vayar Ehu Hashem es kol haaretz. And Hashem showed him the entire land.
And this is in V'zos HaBracha. Before Moshe Rabbeinu died, Kosh Baruch Hu showed him the entire land of Eretz Yisrael.
Right. So it's interesting. He doesn't comment on this redundancy. It already said raise your eyes or look with your eyes or however you want to translate it. Now it says and see with your eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
It seems like it could have left out both of them, both the eyes. Could have just said.
Yeah, so definitely, okay, so definitely that's what Rashi's pointing out over here. You yourself know, we're not going to, I'm not going to give you a video over here, right? I'm going to, I want you to see, you're going to be seeing with your own eyes. I think maybe I actually translated it back to that effect. See with your own eyes. Yeah, and see the land with your own eyes. That is actually bothering Rashi. Why the repeat of the word soinecho, and then he says veinecho. But the word veinecho is for sure redundant.
Oh, I have a footnote that says that it's to emphasize that you're only seeing it with your eyes. You're not physically going there. I'm only granting half of your request.
Right. Okay. Meir.
Okay, let's see. Kaf Het. Says Vitzav et Yoshua v'chazikehu v'amtzehu ki hu ya'avor lifnei ha'am hazeh v'hu yanchil otam et haaretz asher tir'eh. Okay, so and you will command Yoshua and what make him strong and give him advice. Because he will cross before this people, and he will lead. No, not lead. Yanchil, nachala, inherit. I guess.
By the way, Chazkeu and Amtseu is two things. The Chazek means to strengthen somebody. Somebody who's weak and you give him strength. La'ametz means to help person maintain that strength.
Oh.
We also have Chazak ve'ematz.
Oh,
Chazak means
right.
become strong. And Ametz, right? Ematz means to remain strong. I try to be steadfast.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So Yanchilotam, he will cause them to inherit the land, which
settle them in the land.
Oh, settle. Okay, which you will see.
Right. Now, again, this just occurred to me now. What is the additional words asher tireh? We Somis haaretz. Why add the additional words asher tireh, that you will see?
Isn't that the last thing Moshe was going to do?
Yeah, but it could
or is
be
he
that,
talking about
like
Yoshua?
I mentioned before, Moshe Rabbeinu is saying you'll have a hand in it because in a way, you seeing the land, observing the land, will instill in the land a certain holiness, and that's the land which is instilled with your holiness. That will be the land which Yeshua will give to the Jewish people. Whereas anybody, any part of the land of Eretz Israel, the land of Israel, which will be apportioned to the Jewish people, will have been imbued with your kedusha by the fact that you've seen it. So that's why the Kosh emphasizes whereas he will apportion them, he will settle them in the land, but that land will have a connection to you because you will have seen it. You seeing the land will have imbued the land with a certain level of holiness. Okay. Have we got time for just one more? Oh no, there's a lot of Rashi here. 1 second.
There's a lot of Rashi here.
Okay. You have the Rashi?
Okay, Vitzavet Yoshua, command Yoshua, al ha-tirachot, the al ha-masaot, the al ha-merivot. Okay.
What Rashi is paraphrasing over here is pasuk in Parshas Dvarim, which we actually sung with the nigun of Eicha.
Oh.
Pasuk Yud Beis. Chapter 1, pasuk 12. Eicha esol avadi torchachem umasa'achem veribakom. Moshe Rabbeinu was complaining to the Jewish people how difficult you made life for me. How can I bear alone your torchachem, your masachem, and your rivka? Which Rashi says that there were three aspects which the Jewish people made life very difficult for Moshe.
Uh-huh.
One is that whenever people had court cases, they're just about to finish the case, and the other one said, "Oh, no, I've got this witness to bring, and I've got this taina to taina." In other words, they would never be satisfied to accept the words of the judges. That's not what it's tokachem. Masachem, Rashi says over there, I'm reading from Rashi in Pasuk 12 in Dvarim, chapter 1, Pasuk 12. Masachem melamed shahayu apikorusim. Means they were always having, should we say, misconstruing, or construing whatever Moshe's actions for the bad. And Rivchem, Rashi says, melamed shahayu roidnim. Was arguing, was dissatisfied.
Okay.
So where the question is that where Rashi gets it from over here to explain it this way. Yeah. Okay. Let's do one more Rashi over here. That's really
Okay.
tight. Okay, well, let me read this for Rashi tomorrow. Chazkeyu v'amtzei. Okay? So now you're in the middle of this, of the Rashi on Pasuk 28.
Okay. Very good.
Fine. Have a great day, everybody.
You too, Rabbi.
So,
Be well.
the air, you got to get her on time tomorrow.
Right.
You're going first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what we're gonna
Okay.
do about that?
I'm
Okay.
gonna have to just like okay, I need chazak. Okay.
Okay.
Chazak
Good.
Shemetz.
Right. Okay, I'll
Okay,
show up
be
on
well.
time
Go
tomorrow.
to.
Okay,
Okay,
be
go
well.
to.